Make sure you grab different color spray paints, different size thread edges, and everyday household items like cups or lids. My name is Arturo Lopez, and I created Spraycasso Studios back in 1999. I have then continued to show people diverse ways of creating master paintings in just a few minutes using nothing more than just spray paints and everyday household items. The beauty of this art is that you don't have to have a steady hand or know how to draw. All it requires is a little bit of imagination and some dedication. So join us, and you too can become a Spraycasso master. I will walk you through diverse techniques of creating beginner level paintings, intermediate level paintings and techniques, advanced level paintings, and we'll take your skills even further to master level paintings. So if you guys are ready to embark into a new art adventure, then grab your spray paints and materials. Let's get started.
Hey crew, and welcome back to another Spraycasso tutorial. Alright, in today's tutorial, this is going to be the point where you're leaving the beginner phase, entering the intermediate phase. So I'm gonna go into a little bit more depth into some of these techniques that you should be practicing. Techniques that you've learned in the past, but now we're going to use them to create other types of landscapes. Alright, so I'm going to create a sky, and very much like the nebula technique, it's just quick sprays. First I use some red, then some orange. I'm going to blend it together with some yellow. Guys, I would usually mix my own colors to get purple, but I just happen to have some purple around, so I just went ahead and added the purple. This is a good point to stop. This would be a good sky. But I continued because I want to show you guys, I've always said that everything in spray paint is correctable. Everything. So I'm going to darken it up a little bit. I'm going to add some purple, some more yellow, perhaps a little bit of brown. Yes, you can actually find some brown in the skies out there. But I wanted to show you guys that if you ever feel like you've messed up, look guys, you can correct it. So I'm going to add some darker streaks of yellow here. And let's say you don't like this guy. Oh, you know what? No, I should have stayed where I wanted to be before. I'm going to add a little more purple here. You can always do that. You can always go back. You can always correct it, guys. As you go into the intermediate phase, you should have no problem. Well, you'll have the problem, but you should start working on correcting your spray paints, guys. Alright, so I'm going to go back and add some more yellow, some orange. I'm going to get the sky right where I want it to be. Right? That was the same sky that we had at the beginning. Look at that. No problem. Everything in spray painting, guys, is correctable. Everything. So start practicing that. Now I'm going to add a thin streak of black here because now that I got the sky right where I want it, I'm going to begin working on my sky and water separation. And here I'm going to do it by creating some trees off in the distance. But first let's create some clouds. This is a quick technique. This is the same technique that I use on some water so that we can start water tinting. See, you can actually use it to create clouds. So all these techniques, guys, are very versatile. You can use them in many ways to create the same effect. So hopefully this will help you guys to expand your mind a little bit more and start thinking about experimenting with these techniques. Now, by now, if you guys have been practicing the beginner level tutorials, it's okay to create trees using the foam brush, because the foam brush will help you get an idea of how to create these trees, right? But as we begin to progress into intermediate, advanced, even master level paintings, guys, I want you to put the foam brush down and start practicing with the sea sponge. As you can see, it doesn't require a whole lot. You don't even see it between my fingertips. Yet, look at the amount of spray paint that it holds. It is a great tool, and it creates more realistic looking trees. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail in creating these pine trees very realistic. This is still high beginner level, low intermediate level painting. So this is good enough to get the point across. Start practicing with the sea sponge, guys. I'm just going to create some more trees here. Alright. Okay. And here you go. You don't have to add a whole lot of detail, guys. You really don't, because we're going to go over it with a little bit of black. and the viewer's imagination, the viewer's mind is going to take over, and he or she is going to realize, oh, okay, this is a blush background, you know, it's full of trees and pine trees, it's full of life back here. We create this effect using our black. Yep, a lot of cool techniques here, guys. Practicing these techniques will definitely help you take your skill further as we move in deeper into the intermediate level, maybe even into the advanced level. So these are all techniques that will come in very handy, guys. Now, when creating a realistic looking water, there are several ways, but one of the things that you guys, as you're going into the intermediate, you have to keep in mind light reflection and the reflecting colors that the water has. So here we're mimicking the same colors that are up above in the sky into the colors that are in the water. See that? Okay, guys, this is something to keep in mind. Later on, as we progress, I will show you different techniques. For now, keep in mind that it is important to reflect the colors that you have in the sky. Here's another nifty little technique to create your land. Very similar to the one that we used above, but without the detail of the pine trees. Now, we're not really bouncing it off the straight edge. We're bouncing it off the spray paint itself, the spray painting. See that? We're just keeping the straight edge in place to give our land more depth. Okay, just like this. See, this gives the illusion that there's land getting closer to us. Different shore points. Yeah, right there. Add a little bit here. Guys, as we progress, these are techniques that are going to be very vital in getting you to a level, more advanced level. And more comfortable too to use later on. It's kind of like I don't want to make this comparison, but I will. It's kind of like martial arts. They teach you different techniques only so that later on you can make up the mind what technique to use and when. So guys, I'm teaching you intermediate level techniques so that you get more comfortable, and as we progress to advanced level techniques, you don't have to make such a big jump. Using a silhouette layer, and this is actually the silhouette technique, I went ahead and I put a little bit of black into the Spraycasso funnel. If you guys haven't seen the tutorial how to make the Spraycasso funnel, it's on my YouTube channel. Go look it up. I think it's under Spraycasso tools, and I show you how to create the Spraycasso tool and the Spraycasso funnel. So both very vital tools, especially as you leave the space sceneries, guys, the beginner level phase. As you can see, the funnel is very handy for creating trees. You can actually use the funnel to create fine details, fine lines, all sorts of nifty little techniques that you can create with it. I don't want to confuse you guys too much. I don't want to say so many techniques and then... No, for now, it's great for creating silhouettes. Okay? Now, you're also entering the intermediate phase, so it's important that you don't make your tree so straight. Remember that in nature, it'll be very hard for you to walk outside and find a tree that looks like a telephone pole. They usually have branches that come out and stuff, so keep that in mind. This is a mini Spraycasso funnel, and it actually helps to create thinner lines, finer details. So by now, guys, you should be able to start creating your trees with more natural flows, more defined branches, curvier, more random. Try not to make them so straight. Alright, so far so good. We created a sky, we created a silhouette layer in the background, we did a vanishing point, we reflected the colors off the sky, then we added a silhouette land, then we added some silhouette trees. Very easy to do, yet it's complex because you guys are using different layers, different techniques in one spray painting. Okay, quick spray of white, and that will make the separation between the land and the water. Now, very much like what we did with the clouds out there, remember that? Create the effect that there's light being reflected off the water. that. You guys should be able to do this. So I want you guys to practice more with the C-sponge. I want you to start practicing, have more confidence in the way you manipulate the paint, know that you can fix anything, and start working with perception and depth. Alright crew, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial. It was a lot of fun creating it. Stay tuned, there's definitely more intermediate level tutorials to come. We'll make you a Spraycasso master in no time. Alright crew, hope you guys again have enjoyed today's tutorial. Until next time, keep those cans shaking.